Welcome to Your Anime Senpais. I'm Richard.
And I'm John.
And John, we are starting season 3 of Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon?
We'll never know.
AKA DanMachi. So, before we do that though, let's talk about last season just a little bit. So, some pretty interesting things happened last season. I mean, I'm not going to go through everything, but we did have what's her name? Haruhime. Yeah, we had her whole story, where she was part of Ishtar's familia. And Ishtar, she was like the goddess of like love and war and all these other different things. And she was also in charge of the, shall we say, the fun side of the city.
The pleasure district?
Yeah, the pleasure district. Yeah. And of course, Haruhime was part of that. And Haruhime, she was feeling very depressed about that. She felt she was used and like unclean or impure, however you want to say it. Which, later on Belle would convince her, like, oh no, you're still a good person, and deep down inside, it matters. This is what matters here, right here. So, but before that though, we going back to Ishtar for a second. Ishtar and Freya, not good friends. They're not friends on the Facebooks or on the Twitters or whatever. They're not friends on social media. So Ishtar, for like the longest time, has had a grudge against Freya, and she was hatching a plan to just finally take down Freya. She's gathering an army, try to take Freya down, but apparently Freya saw through all of this, and she attacked first, pretty much, and pretty much took down Ishtar's army, and so and I think Ishtar even too was actually killed, or whatever it is that gods and goddesses, whatever happened to them, they are effectively are killed, because once they
they go back
die,
to,
they
go back to heaven.
Yeah, they basically go back to heaven, but I mean that's still dead essentially. So Ishtar is no longer there. So Freya, with the help of Belle and Hestia's familia, I guess, pretty much took over that district now. So probably not a good thing, but I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens with all that. But in the meantime, though, Haruhime is now part of the Hestia family. And with that, she also has the ability to give like buffs and things like that. She actually, I guess during the climax of her story, it was Belle versus your waifu. Jamil, the frog lady.
Forgot about her.
That lady. We saw during that fight that Haruhime was just kind of giving out these different buffs or whatever. So, and actually even before that too, like when they were in the dungeon or something too, like she was doing that too. So, needless to say, the Hestia family has gained yet an additional member, a very useful member of the familia. So, hopefully we'll see what comes with that later on in this season. But before we get to this season too, there was something that happened in the last couple episodes of last season where we had Hestia. She keeps trying to hit on Belle, trying to profess her love to Belle, and Belle just keeps denying her, and eventually that came all to a head where Hestia was just like, whatever, I'm out of here, and she just kind of ran out and got captured by, I think it was Ares that captured her.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly. Something went down like that.
Right, but kind of moving along from that though, Belle eventually rescues her. They end up outside of the city.
That's true. Yeah, it was the first time we saw outside the city.
Right. Yeah. And Belle rescues her. They kind of recover in this small village where we find a little bit of a tragic story here. We find that there's this old man in this village. Apparently he fell in love with this goddess and she was in love with him, but something happened. I think she ended up dying as well, and she went back up to heaven. And so this old man, or this guy, turned into this old man later on, and he still loved her after all this time. And so seeing all of this, Belle kind of took a step back for a moment and kind of thought about his relationship with Hestia, like, because we all know that she loves Belle more than just a goddess and I guess servant or hero or whatever he is, familia, whatever. So, he's kind of contemplating about his relationship with Hestia. So I imagine that's going to come into play in this season. We did see. I didn't watch the preview or anything, but I did see like the image, and we see like Belle holding on to this. I guess I don't know if she's a drow or what she is, but seemed like an elf girl. So maybe yet another girl to add to Belle's harem, which I'm sure Hestia is totally fine with.
Totally fine.
Absolutely. Yes. So I guess we should watch and see what happens here and get right into this season. So let's go.
Before the gods descended to the world?
Thinking about it,
monsters.
Wasn't she at the after credits of the last season or something? I feel like I remember seeing her before. Now that I'm actually
kind of feel like I should have watched the last season again before this came out, but
yeah.
Oh.
Hey. Okay, so he's gonna stumble upon her.
Wow. Cannot save the monsters. Are
you my master? What?
What I don't even know how to say that word.
I feel like she's a drow. I feel like she's actually a drow.
Dragon's daughter.
Oh, okay. She's a dragon. Or half dragon. Oh, wow. Better grab her.
Oh. Hey, I mean, he's gotten stronger.
Yep.
Vivra?
Yeah, I don't know how to...
Vivra?
No.
Vivra.
I think they're going to catch on. Or maybe not. Wow. I'm surprised that worked. I'm surprised that worked. Holy.
I don't know. I think they're going to wait and double back.
I think, well.
Maybe.
You wouldn't think that they would be that dumb, but. Oh, hey.
How did he get that separated, I wonder?
And Haruhime's there, and
19th floor. I don't even remember what floor they were in last time.
Yeah, I don't remember either. Oh, I forgot she was kind of temporarily joining their team too. She's actually part of the. Hey, aren't you part of that same?
Wow.
Maybe. Maybe. Come on, monster fetish. Wait a second. They're not all humans either.
Well, okay, I get what they're saying because they're talking about the monsters that are in the dungeon. Wow, this is gonna raise all kinds of moral dilemmas I see in this season if they're gonna talk about the monsters actually being sentient, not just farmable things for experience and whatever.
Hmm.
Hmm.
How are you gonna get her out of there though? That's the Yeah, that's gonna go over well. Oh wait, they have that big mansion now, don't they? Forgot about that.
What? Oh.
Oh boy. Oh. Oh wow.
Weird.
Huh. uh, she's definitely taking it well.
Just for a while, though.
She's never
Monsters
had a
don't have
name.
names. Hmm. Hmm. That's right. Name your little pet.
I was gonna say daughter, but sure.
Hmm. I kind of feel like that's how they're looking at her right now, though.
Virgin.
It's kind of long and too fancy.
Wow. Wiene?
Veen?
Wiene? Probably not.
Yeah, I doubt there's anyone else like this. Hmm.
Mikoto. Why did I forget her name?
It's been a little while since we watched the
Yeah,
last
sure.
season.
Yeah, this is gonna bring a lot of trouble. But that's not unheard of when it comes to
Hmm? What?
oh. Oh wow.
A monster that stole armor. I wonder if that's another one that was blessed with intelligence.
Possibly.
Hmm.
Are you gonna get her clothes? Surely they can get her some clothes. Ah! Yeah.
She's kind of like Mystique from X-Men, where she had like the different textured body
Mm.
stuff to like cover up everything, but just barely.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot for spring water.
Mm.
Not a problem. Hmm.
Uh-oh. Hestia familia. Oh.
Hmm. Hmm. She paid quite a bit for that
I know,
little
right? And
bit
then
of
she's
spring
just leaving.
water.
But I guess she's probably
Probably more for the info, but
right.
still. I figure by now she'd have some clothes.
All right.
Hmm.
It's delicious. Oh, denied.
Hmm. Must have liked them.
Guess so.
I wonder if they're gonna
Ah,
trim those nails a little bit.
right. Well, she certainly trusted humans pretty quickly. At least Belle.
Of course.
Oh,
Oh.
whoa.
Oh, wow.
That changed real quickly. Yikes.
Wow.
Ah.
Just when I was asking about clipping the claws.
Right.
I mean, it is true she needs them possibly to attack with. Oh, don't struggle.
Belle, you handled that a lot better than I would have. I mean,
Wow.
she is your responsibility. I get that, but wow.
Watch as he's like, this dripping blood everywhere.
Right. Oh man. Whoopsies.
Oh.
That's not good.
Wonder if that was controlled by that guy down in the dungeon or whatever, or in that
Either that or the elf
dark
girl,
place.
or
Hmm.
oh, that I could have been Freya too. Actually,
Maybe.
a lot of people that could have been. Why is she using chopsticks with a sandwich? Oh wow, wow, we got yeah, Lily's not all about this. Man, do you think Lily's gonna turn on him, or at least turn her in maybe or something?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably gotta heal his wound.
Right.
But she's a monster. She don't know that.
she's she's not having this at all. Hey, at least you don't have to worry about
Mm-hmm.
Wiene. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, there we go. I'm surprised him of all people.
watch him like grow back in like a day or two.
Yeah, maybe. Or like if she gets like excited or something like. Psh.
Mm-hmm.
They still haven't gotten her clothes.
They just give her whatever random
Rags,
rags,
apparently.
towels.
Oh, so they found out about that.
Oh.
Hmm. What? Apparently, everybody.
everybody loves Belle in here. Peer pressure.
Belle, you're too nice. Hmm.
Hmm.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, why is she there too?
Of course she's going to be there.
No boundaries between family. Yeah, Bill, I thought we all loved each other.
Yeah. Finally getting to the hard questions.
Hmm.
Uh-oh. Yikes.
It's just her past. I mean,
So is she like a Medusa type?
hmm.
I don't think she's going to survive this season. Calling it now.
Really?
I think somebody's eventually going to either hunt her down or she's going to turn into her former self.
I do feel like maybe the god or whoever it was that gave her the intelligence might just take it back. Just because, the experiment's over. Or something. I don't know.
Hmm. Kill us. Is this the outro or the intro?
Yeah, I was kind of wondering if this is going to be the new intro or not.
I'm thinking intro.
Kind of follows the tone so far of the first episode. I mean, we never had anything like too comical, too serious. It's just been kind of somber and just kind of trying to figure out what's going on.
They just showed the one lady, Haruhime's friend from last season. Okay.
In a tracksuit.
So instead of fighting monsters, Belle's gonna have to fight.
He's what? He's on the side of the monsters. It almost looked like in that part.
That's what I'm saying. Like instead of fighting monsters, he's fighting for the monsters.
Yeah, because of that person.
And he's gonna have to fight her because of that.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh man, that's gonna be interesting.
Who was that? The one with the hat? Wasn't that a god?
Hermes.
Yeah. Because I kept looking at him going, who is that? I know who that is from the first season, but... Okay, Richard, so... We're posed with a moral dilemma now because monsters are becoming intelligent.
Monsters are people now.
Yeah, monsters are people. They have feelings. How do you feel about this episode? How they've approached this?
Honestly, part of me is interested, but part of me is also like, kind of feels somewhat, I don't know, cliche, or I feel like this sort of, I guess, trope, or whatever you want to call it, this story element. And we've seen stuff like this before, where it's like, are the bad guys really the bad guys? Who's really the monsters here? That sort of thing. It's like, I feel like we've seen this kind of thing before from different from different franchises or whatever. So it's like,
well, I guess that's fair.
I mean, I have nothing against what's her name, Wiene. Yeah, Wiene. I don't have anything against her. I mean, her dynamic, her story seemed kind of interesting. Her accidentally hitting or hurting Belle, that was kind of like a surprise, and it's like, oh,
that went from like 1 to 10 real quick.
It's like so comfy and wonderful, and then all of a sudden, scratch, like, blood everywhere. So, but yeah, I mean, overall, this episode was, it was a good start, I guess.
Yeah.
Again, I really just feel like this sort of thing, we've seen it before from other stories, and it's like, I don't know, maybe I'm just interested in seeing where they take it, but
yeah,
I mean, it's kind of reminds me of well, sort of at least Shield Hero, where it's like, he's bought Raftalia and she's a slave, and slaves are like, oh, we just treat him by dirt, but he treated Raftalia like a daughter essentially, and it's like, I mean, I don't know. It just, like I said.
Well, with that though, at least in Shield Hero and other ones, those, even though they might not have been treated as a person, they were people to start with that had the feelings.
That's true. Yeah.
And that, honestly, that's the only thing that's intrigued me so far, is because when it first started the episode, I wasn't truly following, like, because it was talking about monsters and how the gods couldn't save them and this and that, and I was like, well, what are we actually talking about here? Mm-hmm. And then it kind of went into more detail once I realized, I guess the mindless, things that the adventurers are killing for experience and harvesting for all these different items and stuff like that. All of a sudden, we're taking that and saying, well, what if they did become sentient? Are the adventurers going to continue hunting them? Will they start to work together with the monsters? Will the monsters become their own races of people and join civilization and maybe do something to help humanity rise up against the gods and goddesses?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know really where they're going to go with it. I do find it kind of interesting though, because once I kind of got what they were going after, I was like, okay, that's a unique way to kind of approach a game, or the story. I'm thinking of it as a game just because it seems like an RPG kind of storyline.
Yeah, I mean, it has that sort of story element too. So that is actually a curious thought though, because like, let's say for example that all the monsters are like, hey, we're sentient now. Let's get along. Let's be friends, everybody. So if that's the case, then what is the point of the dungeon at that point?
Maybe certain monsters, since there's a mix on each floor, maybe they start to gravitate with their own races, and they start building civilizations on those floors and things like that.
But then, well, I'm thinking more just like, what are the adventurers going to do? Like, if they can no longer, go into these dungeons and be adventurers, like, what will they do now? Because that's essentially their economy, right? Just to go up there and collect these things. Yeah,
it kind of seems like that's what the gods and goddesses kind of just set up as like hey, just go in here. We've prepared some challenges for you, some monsters. You hunt them, bring back stuff. We'll give you advantages and buffs, and join our familias. Right. And just rinse and repeat every day, and you'll get stronger physically, and
get
just
some money. And
money, magically maybe, and different skills and. Don't even worry about it. I mean, I kind of wonder if this begins to happen. Maybe they'll start to look at the gods and goddesses as like, whoa, did you take advantage of these races? Did you, take away their intelligence to begin with?
But then there's also going to be those people that are just going to be like, you know what? I don't care if they are intelligent or whatever.
I got to level up.
I've got to level up. I've got to make money. I've got to, feed myself, clothe myself, I've got, I want to be famous. I want to be a famous adventurer, blah, blah, blah. So, like I said, I feel like a good portion of their economy is these adventurers going up to these dungeons and doing all these different things. So, I don't know how that will turn out. So, I guess that is an interesting aspect.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I mean... Maybe I'm not reading enough into it. I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I guess because I know you were maybe saying, it's already been kind of done before, but I think there's a little slight twist to it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to deny that. It's just I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel it feels just a little too familiar. It's like
A little too tropey, I mean.
yeah, kind of just like I don't know. I mean, I'm going to stay optimistic, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just feels. I don't know. I'm not sure if I like it yet. So
I mean, I guess if it gets down to it and we start to learn the motivation behind why the one guy gave intelligence to the particular monsters, and it's something just really lame or whatever, like, oh, I was just bored and I wanted to see what they would do.
Right.
Then yeah, I might be like, oh, wow, that was kind of lackluster and
anticlimactic.
Yeah. Now I don't. Now I feel sorry for the ones that were given intelligence and they made these bonds and whatever, and then they're just like, we're just gonna take that back. Continue mindlessly killing the monsters.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen though. I do feel like I don't know if all the monsters are going to become intelligent, but I do feel like this is going to lead to some kind of revolution or whatever. I don't know, but. I don't know.
Well, that's true too. Maybe there's going to be an uprising where they kind of bond together and are able to share their intelligence or teach their other kin of their race to become intelligent.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll be an interesting season for sure. So.
Yeah, I think I feel more optimistic about this season because it feels like we're going to be in the dungeon.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm excited about for this season. We're going to be in the dungeon this season, where last season we I don't remember us being in the dungeon, but maybe like 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah, we were kind of in there just every once in a while.
Yeah.
Although
every time we were in there, we were ambushed by another familia. It felt like.
Yeah, that's true. Although to be honest with you, as I'm glad you're optimistic about that, but I'm slightly less optimistic that we'll be doing more dungeon exploring, just because of the fact that they've got Wiene at the Hestia mansion, and it's like, do they really want to leave her there? By herself, or even with Hestia? It's like, I don't know. Because clearly somebody knows that she's there.
And then it's also going to raise the possibly the moral dilemma of, well, what if they kill more of her race?
Right.
Is she going to be feel threatened by that? Is she going to take offense to it? Is she going to say, hey, whoa, we can't, you guys can't kill those Wiene or whatever, now that I'm in your party? Come on, what if you miss? You hit me or whatever.
But she might not even go back in there anymore. I don't see her going back into the dungeon. Unless she turns into a monster. Well, I mean, turns back to what she was before, I guess. But I don't see her becoming a party member per se. I could be wrong. I mean, unless they find a way to, like, I guess, disguise her. I don't know. But,
yeah, it's true, because as soon as people see her face, they're just like, whoa!
Yeah, hey, it's a monster. We gotta kill it.
Yeah, they identify her very quickly.
Yeah, so... Oh, well, apparently not that quickly, because as long as you put a cloak over her, maybe...
Oh.
Because it's like...
Yeah, that's
how
true.
Did you guys miss her? Like, she had, like, the long fingernail and everything. Whatever. But, yeah, I don't know. I do... feel like that if at the very end of this season, I do feel like she's probably going to die, or at the very least, she's going to be forever stuck in the dungeon some way or another. I don't see her staying with the Hestia familia for the rest of the season.
I mean, yeah, that's interesting. I guess from my point of view, I don't like to try to. I guess I want to be surprised, so I guess I'm trying not to. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, for the sake of the review, I'm trying to come up with different ideas, but for the most part, I really just don't. Maybe I don't want to say I don't care. I want to be surprised. I don't want to try to, be like, aha, I got it, and then maybe ruin the surprise for myself because I was like, I saw it coming from a mile away.
Yeah, that's
I mean, but of course, if they make it really obvious, and of course, I'll feel that way anyway. So
right, that's fair.
But yeah. I mean, I am optimistic for this season. I mean, I do like all the main characters in the familia, so. I'm really looking forward to getting back to seeing their stories and their adventures. So
I do like the idea that, because in comparison to the last season, we're starting off this season with a pretty good crew for Hestia's Familia, whereas last season I think it was still just Hestia and Belle just by themselves, and
the
well,
broken
and
down
Lily,
church.
and Lily, and I think what's his name? Oh gosh, what is his name? Wealth. I think he was there like every once in a while, but for the most part, it was just Hestia and Belle. But now they've got a proper familia.
Yeah, they've kind of worked out the details with Lily and her background, and
And
hopefully she won't go running back to her old, familia now.
that's a
and,
good point. Yeah, I
and,
forgot
and
about that.
everything's solid. Everyone, even though like we saw where they were going back to their old familias to ask, for
Right.
just questions. They've said, hey, I'm going to be part of this one.
Yeah.
They've got their group decided and everything. So.
And actually, on that note, with Lily, I wonder if she's starting to regret joining this familia, because she has to deal with this monster now living in their mansion. It's like, maybe I should just go back to the other one.
Maybe she feels like, was it Vane? What did they call her?
Wiene?
Wiene.
Yeah.
Maybe she feels that she'll go down the same route that Lily went down. Maybe she's like, well, they trust her now, but maybe she'll betray him later, and I know how bad that feels to be betrayed, and I don't know. Maybe she's just really, guarding herself against the possibility of that happening. I don't know, but
possibly.
It could just be the fact that maybe she just don't trust her because she's a monster. It could just be as simple as that.
Yeah,
And I can totally understand that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting that you get so many different points of view with how this is breaking down right now. So
that's fair. But any other?
No.
All right, guys. So what did you think of this episode, and what do you guys think of Wiene and her whole situation? Do you think she's going to be part of the Hestia family, or do you think something else is going to happen? Let us know down in the comments below.
And if you definitely enjoyed this reaction, hit that subscribe button down below, the notification bell beside it to keep up with our content and all the things that we put out every week, and definitely check out our Patreon because we would appreciate your support. And we'll see you in the next episode.